What's up, everybody? It's episode 6 of S version. I'm back at Thunderhill East running the bypass with Speed SF. We were supposed to have an S2000 only run group again, but we didn't get enough people to sign up, so we got dispersed into the other groups. So I am in a mixed group, yellow group, which is point by recommended. I just got my first session done. It was okay. Track's pretty cold and slippery because it rained last night, and it's probably going to rain later today, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to chase PVs. So I'm going to just try to work on my fundamentals and also just learning how to drive on a low traction surface. So we'll see how today goes. Peace. I was in the yellow group, which is open passing, point by recommended. You know, based off my experience level, that's where Speed SF put me because the S2000 group didn't have enough heads to, warrant its own group. And I already knew that that wasn't going to be a good idea, but the guy insisted that I just roll with it because it's technically safer because people are a lot more experienced. But then I got out on track and I caused a lot of traffic, and you'll see me getting passed up a lot. I'm pretty much just gonna do like all the clips of me getting passed in this first session, and during our download meeting, S2000, giving some weird point buys and just not quite being up to pace. And luckily, I ended up talking to those individuals and kind of just, like telling them, like, hey, it's my second track day with this car. Any advice on where to let you pass? It's greatly appreciated. Yeah. Anyways, I ended up dropping down to the group anyways. So yeah, that's pretty much like a testament as to how slow I was in that first session. And then my first session with the blue group was okay. I just felt like my pace was just still kind of off. And then on top of that, the run got cut short, if I'm not mistaken, due to a red flag situation where a Civic lift-off oversteered into the flag station, and yeah, it was pretty gnarly. I didn't catch it on video because that driver was way ahead of me, but yeah, that happened. So yeah, I kind of wasn't feeling it this morning, if I'm being honest, but I still went through the whole day. I think I kind of got more comfy, as you can tell in the later footage. But yeah, right now it's just a montage of me getting passed up by all these fast guys that I can't keep up with, even on a dry day. And then right now, I just gave a point by to a new Toyota Prius on Bridgestone RE71Rs, and that thing was hauling cheeks. Like in the first session, as you can tell, dude is just smashing, super glue tires, and then, Prius is kind of a sleeper car, if I'm not mistaken. It's got a low center of gravity because it's got that hybrid drivetrain. Yeah, that thing was just planted. I think the driver normally drives a supercharged S2000. So, yeah, dude definitely has bars, no matter the car. And that also concludes my first session.
these type of situations. That way tow trucks and the ambulance can come out and do their thing. Luckily, the driver was okay. Um, the Civic was pretty banged up, but driver was okay, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. Double take there because I saw that that was a black flag, and I just thought that it was for me because that Corvette was far up ahead of me, and then I see the Corvette slow down, and just a lot of confusion starts happening, and then I see the yellow flag comes out right as I'm getting over this little crest, and then Subaru's off the track. I just slowly get by and then make my way down this little straightaway. 360 dies, he spins out in front of me, and then yeah, that's pretty much the end of my session. I'm gonna run this extremely sketchy mount for the next run, try to get a third-person view. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I don't lose my Insta360. I don't want that to happen. Gotta take my Rhino pills. Hopefully it'll give me the confidence I need to go faster on track and, you know, grow a pair now that it's actually raining on track. So yeah. This is Rhino pill number 1. Rhino pill number 2. Let's do this. was honestly feeling myself, and then that happened, which sucked because I thought it was a pretty good lap. And then I got black flagged, so I go pit in, talk to the starter. Dude was hella chill about it, as you're gonna see. And then yeah, back to it. And just like that, my day at Thunderhill East was over. Um, it was a really good day. Even though I felt like I wasn't quite all the way there at the beginning, just because of the whole grouping and weather situation, I think it was a day well spent, and it was pretty eye opening as to how much I can push the car, given the conditions. So that's pretty confidence inspiring because as I upload this, probably Friday, I will be prepping for a Sonoma track day on Sunday the 22nd, and it's looking to be damp out there as well, and which is daunting for sure, but luckily, I kind of got my feet in the water, at Thunderhill, which is always much more safer than Sonoma. So I feel pretty good, and I'll see you at the next one. Peace.